everyone. Today I would like to talk about the head coach of the Las Vegas Aces, Becky Hammon. In an earlier video, I talked about the potential of her becoming an NBA coach, but this is a topic I want to come back to later in the video. Right now, I really want to focus on what she's accomplished in just this past year. So this past year, Hammon won Coach of the Year in her first season with the Aces. She became the first former WNBA coach to receive this award in her debut season, and the third former WNBA player to receive this award. I hope I said that right. Her team this past season had the #1 overall record, #1 in scoring and offensive efficiency, second best winning percentage ever by a rookie head coach, franchise records for wins in a season, all-star head coach, Commissioner's Cup champ, and the big one, of course, she led her team to their first ever WNBA title and the city of Las Vegas's first professional title. Before she was selected as the head coach of the Aces, Becky played college ball at Colorado State, where she received All-American and Colorado Sportswoman of the Year. Despite these accomplishments, she actually went undrafted in the '99 WNBA draft, but was signed by New York Liberty, later played for the San Antonio Stars. She made 6 WNBA All-Star appearances, and her jersey, my favorite number 25, was retired by the Stars in 2016. In 2014, she was hired as an assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs and remained a part of the coaching staff for 8 years. During her time in the NBA, Hammon interviewed for quite a few head coaching positions, but continued getting overlooked by teams such as the Magic, the Trailblazers, and the Celtics. Awkward. So it's kind of brings us to the next portion of this video, kind of questioning why she was being overlooked for these positions. After accepting the Aces position, she said, "It really wasn't about staying with the NBA or going back to the WNBA. It was about her personally feeling ready to have a team and wanting to sit in that chair, and then being presented an opportunity to do so." She also said, I sat in a lot of NBA coaching interviews, and there were 2 things people always said. It was, you've only been in San Antonio, and you've never been a head coach. And I just want to stop and think about that and how frustrating it is. The Insider reported this statistic that I feel like really helps that sink in, that among 30 current NBA head coaches, 8 were appointed to their first head coaching gig after only 1 prior NBA assistant coaching experience and no coaching experience at all, which is so frustrating to even imagine, just being an assistant coach for 8 years and continuing to just be told things like that. That's not true. I think of it as like in the movies when there is that person who's been interning or working their butt off, making sacrifices, working on holidays, so for the hope of receiving this promotion. And then the boss is like, we're having a meeting later today, and we're going to announce who got the promotion, who's going to replace me. And so that person's all excited because they think it's going to be them. And then in the meeting, the boss is like, I have great news. I would like to congratulate my nephew, who has 0 working experience, and he is going to take the promotion. And, of course, in the movies and stuff, the person's devastated, la da da da. I just think of it as being that kind of situation for her over and over again. And I'm sure that there was a lot of factors that weighed into her decision of deciding to coach the Aces. But in my opinion, even though she won't come out and say this directly, I'm sure a big one was getting looked over for the Trailblazers head coaching position. Months before accepting her position with the Aces, she was passed over by the Trailblazers for Chauncey Billups because their GM at the time favored him despite only having 1 year of coaching experience and a past sexual assault accusation. Hammon, she doesn't exactly say that it upset her in that way because of those specific circumstances. She does mention how she wanted to receive the position as the first female head coach of the NBA because she deserved it, not to have the title of the first female head coach of the NBA. And she also said, and so what I really like to get at is to get to the point where people are hired based on what they bring, their mind, what's in between their ears, and what's in their heart. But I've been hit so many times that you just continue to get back up. You don't know any other way. It's just a habit. You just keep getting back up because that's how we respond, and how we respond to it is eventually going to define us. And I think that's a really great way to look at the obstacles that she's been presented, and a really great reminder for someone like me, just navigating life after graduation and so forth. And I think it's interesting because, you know, sometimes you work so hard and you feel like, am I where I'm supposed to be? Whatever that even means. And instead to just focus on controlling the things that you can control and taking advantage of the opportunities that are being presented to you, and hoping to tackle bigger and better ones in the future. But anyways, back to Becky. I think all of this kind of comes back to the question, do I think she will return to the NBA? And to that I say, based on everything that she has done thus far, I think realistically she would, but only in the instance that the right opportunity is presented to her. And so really only time will tell, and maybe she'll say something, but I kind of doubt it until that opportunity potentially arises. But anyways, yeah, that is all I have to say about Becky for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching.